Hello, in this video, we will study the chapter My Greatest Olympic Prize line by line. So let us begin. It was the summer of 1936. The great Olympic Games were being held in Berlin because Adolf Hitler childlessly insisted that his performance or people were the member of master class and nationalistic feelings were at high all-time high. So the story is uh, during the time of Hitler, during the time of World Wars. So Olympic Games were being held in Berlin, and Adolf Hitler had a theory that people coming from his religion, people coming from his community, they are superior, and because of this, Germany and people of Germany, they had a huge nationalistic feeling that they are the superior people, so they will defeat other people. So, in the first paragraph, we come to know that the incident, the story, is of 1936. That means it is the World War times. Uh, I mean, this environment was of Hitler, World War, and the place is Berlin because Adolf Hitler was he has chosen this place to, and he has bought all the performer from all over the world not to play a game but to bring out his own superiority. तो पहले पैराग्राफ में पता चला कि एडोल्फ हिटलर के टाइम का ये कहानी है और इस कहानी में एडोल्फ हिटलर हैज ऑर्गेनाइज्ड ऑल दिस ओलंपिक गेम नॉट टू ब्रिंग आउट द बेस्ट इन ईच इंडिविजुअल, अच्छे खेल के लिए नहीं, बस बस इस नियत से कि अडोल्फ हिटलर के लोग बाकी लोगों से महान है ये प्रूव करने के लिए. So here the narrator is Jesse Owens. So he says, I wasn't too worried about all this. So Jesse Owens was not worried about के Adolf Hitler के लोग superior है कि नहीं, so on and so forth. He had trained for many years. He had sweated, disciplined myself for 6 years with game in the mind. So every day, Jesse Owens has practiced for 6 years continuously. Discipline, with sweat, with hard work, with training, with dedication. So ये बहुत साल से ये training ऐसे Jesse Owens has done it. So while I was going over the board, all I could think was taking home 1 or 2 gold medals. So narrator is saying कि जब वो start कर रहा था ये journey to go and participate in Olympic, he had aim. Everybody has aim. So he was hoping, aiming that he had a goal that he will win 1 or 2 gold medal for his country. I had specially eye on broad jump. So there are various other criteria games. So narrator had specially targeted long jump, broad jump. A year before, at sophomore in second year of the college at this universities in USA, Ohio State University, Jesse Owens had set a world record of 26 feet. So he had set such a huge world record. So everybody kind of expected him to win the Olympic hands down, means very easily. CNC has said, Jesse Owens had said, had already set a world record in his university years in second year. So everybody from his community thought कि ये तो जीत जाएगा. With hands down means very easily. I was for a surprise when the time came for the trial of broad jump. I was startled to see there was a tall boy hitting the pit at almost 26 feet on his practice. So Jesse Owens went from USA to Berlin, and when there was a trial going on. In the trial match, Jesse Owens was surprised. Jesse Owens was surprised. Why was he surprised? Because he saw that there was another participant, very tall, 26 फीट का, मतलब 26 फीट उसका कूदने का उसके लिए आम बात. So narrator का record, world record, this long tall boy was breaking in his practice jump. So JC Owen was surprised because in a trial only his competitor who has come from Germany, a tall boy who is making record of 26 feet. So JC Owen थोड़ा सा घबरा सा गया था. He turned out to be, his name was, he was a German and his name was Luz Long. I was told that Hitler had kept him under the wrap, under cover, under secret, evidently hoping to win the jump with him. So narrator has heard it from people कि हिटलर ने इस स्पेशल खिलाड़ी को छुपा के रखा था ताकि वो अल्टीमेट गेम जीत जाए. Narrator is saying, lose Jesse Owen. I guessed if lose long won, जीत जाए, if he won, it would add to the supremacy of Aryan supremacy theory. Narrator is saying कि हिटलर तो ऐसे ही सबको बोलने जा रहा है कि वी आर सुपीरियर रेस, वी आर बेटर रेस, और अगर उनके लोग जीत जाए, मतलब लूज लॉन्ग जीत जाए, तो लोग और विश्वास करने लगेंगे दैट हिटलर थ्योरी ऑफ आर्यन सुप्रीमेसी मींस वी आर सुपीरियर रेस. This will be confirmed, this will be solidified. After all, I'm a Negro. So Jesse Owen is a black man, he's a Negro. A little hot under the collar. Little hot under the collar means if you keep here, say coal, you know, jalega. So hot under the collar is an idiom which means very, very hot, very, very angry. बहुत गुस्से वाला इंसान. JC Owen is saying I'm a Negro and I'm very hot in my personality. मैं गुस्से वाला इंसान हूँ. I was determined to go there and really show Dan Farrer and his master race who was superior and who was not. So J.C. Owen was also very angry because of this Aryan supremacy theory. So he was ready to come to Olympics and win the game and prove that there is no superiority or inferiority based on race, Aryan or Indian or Japanese or Czechoslovakian. It is all the merit. So J.C. Owen was very excited and he was very angry to prove to everybody कि ये जो थ्योरी है आर्यन सुप्रीमेसी थ्योरी ये सही नहीं है. Okay. Der Führer is a nickname given to Hitler. Okay. So he was determined to go there and show Hitler, उसका दूसरा नाम है, मतलब, and nickname people give to great people. So Jesse Owen was determined to go to Olympic and to show Hitler who is superior and who is not. Now comes the interesting part of the story, and if you are very attentive, you can even learn few lessons from here and take home some ideas for your own game, cricket or football that you play. An angry athlete is an athlete who will always make mistake. Any coach will tell you. So the first thing that we all should learn as a participant in any game is we should not be angry. If you remember when Virat Kohli used to be very angry, he was not that successful a player. Then he started doing yoga, reading all those spiritual books like Yogi book. He says in his interview, autobiography of a yogi. After that, he has become very comparatively calm and quiet. Thereby, his thinking is more clarified. Thereby, he has more vivid way of judgment. Thereby, there is no fuzzy thinking. So author Jesse Owen, narrator, he admits that an angry athlete means sports person will always make mistake. क्योंकि गुस्सा में तो दिमाग काम करेगा ही नहीं. And if your brain is not working properly, you will always make decision to satisfy your ego rather than doing what is right. I was no exception. So narrator was also angry, so he also did mistake. On the first of my 3 qualifying rounds jump, I leaped several inches beyond the takeoff of a foul. मतलब जगह है वहां कूदना पड़ेगा, उसके उस साइड गिरने से फाउल हो जाएगा, कैंसिल हो जाएगा. So Jesse Owen was very angry on Hitler and Hitler supremacy theory and to prove that blacks are equal to white and all this. So he was filled with lots of emotion to prove who is better, not to play the best. So as a result of his anger, he made 3 fouls. On the second jump, I fouled even more. दूसरे राउंड में और गलती होने लगा. So narrator Jesse Owen is asking himself, did I come 3,000 miles for this? I thought bitterly. to fall out in the trial and go back. So narrator is saying कि क्या मैं इतना दूर से हजारों हजारों माइल से चल के यूएसए से बर्लिन have come only to even rejected or removed from the very trial round. So he was thinking. So after the trial, he went a few yards ahead. There was a pit in a hole, and he started kicking at the dirt. Matlab, in the movies, you'll see when heroes get angry, they kick at the wall. So he was kicking at the wall, at the dirt. Jameen mein kada wada tha, dirt tha, and there was a pit, and he started hitting it. Suddenly, he felt a hand on my shoulder. Narrator was very angry that he is not able to qualify in the selection round only, in the trial round only. So he was hitting at the pit. So somebody came and kept a hand on his shoulder. I turned back to look into the eyes of a tall German man. So narrator said, "वो German man बहुत लंबा था." He had easily qualified for the finals. वो qualified finals में आराम से हो गया. He ordered me a firm handshake. So when he looked back, so वो लंबा आदमी जेसी ओवेंस को हैंडशेक करने के लिए अपना हाथ दिया. Jesse Owens, I'm Luz Long. I don't think we have met. He spoke English well, but there was a German twist to it. Like accent effect. So Jesse Owen, when he looked back, he found that the tall man, the German participant, was a handshake. Kiya bola, my name is Luz Long. Hello, you're Jesse Owen, right? But we have never met. Glad to meet you, I said. So Jesse Owen said to Luz Long, the German man, glad to meet you. जैसा कोई बोलता है. Then trying to hide my nervousness, I added, how are you? So Jesse Owen said to the long man, तुम कैसे हो? I am fine. The question is, how are you? Jesse Owen was very nervous. He was angry. He was frustrated. He was hitting the dirt. He was hitting the pit. So Luz Long is saying, मैं तो ठीक हूँ. सवाल ये कि तुम कैसे हो? What do you mean? Jesse Owen says, मैं तो ठीक हूँ. क्या मतलब क्या तुम्हारा? Something must be eating you, he said. Eating you is a very way of saying, Americans say this, कि तुमको क्या डिस्टर्ब कर रहा है. So it's an American slang. Proud the way foreigners, मतलब non-American people, they have, मतलब Germans in this case, they have mastered the art of American slang. American गाली बहुत common हो चुका है. So narrator is very happy कि अमेरिका का गाली एटलीस्ट सब जगह चल रहा है. So he's saying, what is eating you? तुमको क्या eat में disturb कर रहा है? You should be able to qualify with your eyes closed. Luz Long is the competitor of Jesse Owen, and he's sincerely saying कि तुम्हारे अंदर काबिलियत है कि तुम एक बार में आंख बंद करके जीत सकते हो. Then Jesse Owen says, believe me, I know it, and it felt good to say this to someone. So सात समुंदर पार, all alone in that Olympic Games village, in the tent, he is saying it to his enemy, not enemy, but at least a competitor, or at least enemy in the sense that people were just polar parts in their ideologies. So he said, हाँ भाई हम तो जीत सकते थे लेकिन and he felt good, दिल हल्का हुआ किसी से बात करके. For the next few minutes, Jesse Owen, the German, and the narrator, Jesse Owen is a narrator, and Luz Long, the German fellow, they talked together. I did not tell Long what was eating me. So Jesse Owen did not tell him why he was angry, Aryan supremacy theory के against इसको prove करना था. He thinks blacks are equal to. ये सब वो उसको नहीं बोला. But he seems to understand my anger. But वो जर्मन आदमी जेसी ओवेंस के बात को बिना बोले ही समझ सकता था. He took pains to reassure me. बहुत बार उसको confirm किया कि नहीं तुम जीत सकते हो, कोई मुश्किल नहीं है. You are already a world champion. You have already set world record. You can win. Though he had been schooled in Nazi youth, he laughed over the fact that he had already looked over okay. So Jesse Owen was very disturbed, and the person, Luz Long, came and reassured him and said that you have the potentiality to win. You have the courage to win. So you just need to focus. So for the next few moments, we talked, and JC Owen did not tell him what was disturbing him. He seems to understand my anger. He took pains to reassure me. Although he had been schooled in Nazi culture, but he did not believe in Nazi nonsense theory that one man is superior to the other because of his color, creed, gender, and all. So Louis Long, though he was from Germany, though he was trained in that theory, but he did not believe in this theory that Aryans are supreme, Jews look superior, Christians. He did not believe in this theory that Christians are superior to Jews. So supremacy is based on merit, it's based on quality. So though Louis Long was coming from Germany, he did not believe in these all nonsense theories. Uh, okay, we laughed over the fact that he looked. So they were laughing and joking that Aryans supremacy theory तो पता नहीं, लेकिन Louis Long इतना लंबा चौड़ा है कि सच में he looks superior. He is an inch taller. He is lean, muscular, with clear blue eyes and very blonde hair, and very handsome man, chiseled face, very well chiseled face means a face which has been made to look very beautiful. Chiseling has come from the word carving, so his face is carved very well. Finally, seeing that I had calmed down, he pointed to take off. So narrator is saying when he calmed down, then his so-called enemy, who has now become friend, Louis Long, he said, "Look, why don't you draw a line inch back from the target point?" He says कि तुम एक काम करो, यहाँ से लाइन है, तुम उससे पहले लाइन बना लो और वहां से ट्राई करो. I am sure you will do no foul, and you certainly ought to jump far enough to qualify. He says कि ऐसे कोशिश करो तो तुम थोड़ा आगे बढ़ के जीत जाओगे, तो तुम्हारा जीतना आसान होगा. What does it matter if you are not qualified in the first? Tomorrow is the main game. So his enemy, who has now become friend, the German, Louis Long, is saying आज qualify नहीं है तो क्या होगा? कल तो final qualification है, कल तो final round है, उससे qualify हो गए. Suddenly all the tension seems to web out of my body as the truth of what he said hit me. Suddenly narrator का सब tension body से निकल गया, mind से निकल गया. And whatever Louis Long said really hit him hard, मतलब really affected him. He said, हाँ ये बात तो अच्छा है, ये सजेशन तो करेक्ट है कि अगर मैं लाइन थोड़ा पहले बना के वहां से ट्राई करूँ तो जितना आसान होगा. Confidently, I drew a line of foot in the back of the board and proceeded to jump from there. I qualified with almost a foot to spare. मतलब वहां से लाइन क्या और एक एक्स्ट्रा फुट, मतलब he could qualify with a foot to spare, मतलब 3 था तो उससे ज्यादा ही क्वालिफाई करके. That night, narrator went to Lou's long room in the Olympic Village to thank him. I knew that if he had not been with him, then he would not be in the finals. So narrator is very honest and he is very sincere. So he says कि अगर मेरा competitor who has now become friend, that is Lou's Long, if he had really not helped him, gave him the idea, gave him that insight, really comforted him, acted as a friend, he would not be in the finals. We sat in the quarters and talked for 2 hours. So लोग कैंप में क्लब में बैठ के 2 घंटा बात किए about tracks, about field, world and many other things. जैसे 2 आदमी बैठ के बात करते रहते हैं. So they talked about many things. When I finally got to leave, we both knew that we had a real friendship. So narrator Jesse Owens, who is from America, and this German man Louis Long, they have become very good friends now. Louis would go to the field next day trying to beat me if he could. So कल इन दो में competition होगा. American Jesse Owen will compete against German, that is Louis Long. Tomorrow they will try to compete and defeat one another. But I knew he wanted me to do my best. So narrator is saying, though he is my competitor, but he wants me to do my best, even if it means my winning. अगर उसको जीतना पड़ा तो जीतेगा. Both of them will try to do best. Nobody will try to harm or defeat others. So finally, जब narrator और जेसी ओवेन 2 घंटा के बाद एक दूसरे से अपने अपने कैंप में आए, both understood that now we are good friend. और हम लोग एक दूसरे को बर्बाद करने के लिए नहीं खेल रहे. We are just trying to do our best, and we even want the competitor to do best. So JC Owen has become a very good friend of the narrator, and now tomorrow is the game. As it turned out, Lose Long broke all the past records. Lose Long already was a champion, so he broke his own record, and in doing so, he pushed me to my pick. अब वो इतना बड़ा रिकॉर्ड बनाया, तो ये अमेरिकन जेसी ओवेंस को भी उसके कंपटीशन में बहुत अच्छा मेरिट लाना पड़ा, बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस करना पड़ा. I remember at that instant, I landed from my final jump, the one which set the world record of 26 feet. So narrator created a world record, and JC Owen was beside him, really congratulating him sincerely, dil se. Despite the fact that Hitler glared at us from the stand, not 100 yards away. So JC Owen and Luz Long were congratulating one another in the respective victory, and Hitler was looking from there, from the stand, stage se dekh raha tha. Luz shook my hand, and it was not a fake smile, okay, I wish you all the best. It was a real, sincere emotion. Last paragraph is very important for exams, so please be attentive. You can melt down all the golds and cups I have, and they would not be plating our 24 karat friendship. Normally, 24 karat gold is the best quality gold. So narrator is saying, even if you melt all the gold cups and medals I have, but the friendship that I have with Luz Long and Jesse Owen, the friendship that they have is more pure, is more sincere, is more authentic than the gold cup, silver cup, or any medal. So narrator Jesse Owen and Luz Long, they value their friendship above achievement, above gold cup, above medals. I felt for Luz Long at the moment. I realized that to Luz Long was the epitome of what Pierre de Cardin, the founder of modern Olympic Games, had in mind when he said, so narrator is saying his friend, now he has become friend. So narrator Jesse Owen is saying Luz Long is a perfect example of what the founder of Olympic has thought in his mind when he said, the important thing in Olympic game is not winning, but taking part. The essential thing in life is not conquering, but fighting well. So Olympic stands not to defeat others, but to do your best, to take part and be there as a person who gives everything that he has, dedication, his hard work, his determination. So essential thing in life is not conquering, it's fighting well. जिंदगी में जीतना जरूरी नहीं, अपने तरफ से 100% करना जरूरी है. So here is an example of two people coming from two different countries who are just opposite of one another in the thought process, but they still can develop such powerful thought process, such good friendship, such love. This is very rare. So here is narrator telling us a story about two friendship in the time of war, in the time of enmity. So the message is that friendship can be there in any situation. And a true sportsman doesn't hate his competitor. He is not angry at him. He is helpful to him. He is loving to him. Yes, he wants to win, but he doesn't want to destroy the other. So this story is about the right attitude towards game, the right mindset, the world view that we need to have towards playing the game. And when one country is playing against the other, they are not arch enemy. They are just two countries playing a game to win and prove who is better. Thank you for watching the video. And if you have liked it, please do share it with people. And if you have any question, please ask in the comment box. Thank you.